and now we are going to see a game between Steinitz and Lasker, and it's a Queen's Gambit declined game, and the theme of the game is sacrificing the exchange for obtaining passed pawns is one of the main themes of positional exchange sacrifice. So then now the game is was played in Philadelphia in 1894. Game goes d4, d5, c4, e6, and knight c3, c6, e3, knight f6, knight f3, bishop d6, bishop d3, knight bd7, castle shot, and e4, d takes c4, knight takes c4, knight takes c4, bishop takes e4 and h6. Now bishop to c2 and f5, and this is a surprising move by Lasker. And now rook to e1, knight to f6, bishop d2, bishop to d7, bishop to c3, queen to c7. Now knight to e5. While white systematically improves the placement of his pieces, black search for counterattack on the king side. Now bishop to e8, queen to d3, g5, and this move only weakens the king side further. Here instead rook d8, f4 and c5 can be played. This would have been equal, but after g5 there is queen h3. Now queen g7, rook a d1, and then g4. Now queen to e3, bishop to h5, and then knight takes c6. The idea is double attack on e6. Now so bishop takes h2, check, and after king takes h2, g3 check, queen takes g3, queen takes g3, f takes g3, that is bishop takes d1, bishop takes d1, b takes c6, and rook takes e6. Now knight to e4. Instead of knight to e4, rook a c8 can be played, and after bishop a4, now knight to g4, check, king g1, rook f6, rook to e1, rook f7, and bishop to c2 could have been played. So after knight to e4, now rook takes c6, knight takes c3, b takes c3, king to g7, rook to a6, rook f7, c5, rook d8, king g1, and then rook e7, king f2, rook b8, and then bishop to b3, rook be8, bishop to c4, rook b8, bishop to d3, h5, king f3, rook b2, bishop takes f5, rook f7, king e4, rook e2 check, king d3, rook takes g2, rook g6 check, and king f8. Now bishop e4, rook g1, d5, rook g7, rook takes and king takes. Now Now c6 and king f6 and c7, rook takes g3 check and king d4, rook g8 and d6, and white is winning here. And as you could have seen, uh, the white exchange his sacrifice to obtain a passed pawn. So this is one of the main themes of positional chess. So I think this is a very beautiful game presented by Steinitz, and I will be meeting you in the next game. Thank you all.